Chris, it's Michael, your best friend.
Resolution is a 2012 horror film written by Justin Benson and directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Scott Moorhead. Michael is a professional graphic designer who lives in a metropolitan area. And one day he gets an email of Chris, a former best friend that he's lost contact with. In the video, Chris is acting crazy and doing drugs. This email also has a map that Michael follows and catches up with Chris. Michael stuns and handcuffs Chris to a pipe in an abandoned house that he's been squatting in and promises to cut him loose after 5 days, where Michael thinks the worst of the withdrawal symptoms will pass by then. To pass the time, Michael exercises around the area and runs into eccentric characters that are drawn to the place for a variety of reasons, such as the UFO religious group, who are there because they believe that they will make contact with aliens. In exploring the region, Michael also finds photos and other items that appear deliberately placed for him to find and point to stories and past events that have happened there. And that is the basic premise of Resolution, but where it goes with this is very exciting. For one, it toys with the notion that these fringe territories are nourished by the stories that are created by the people drawn to these regions, the tragedies that become national news fodder. In looking at the history of cults in America, such as Heaven's Gate, the Branch Davidians, the People's Temple, and perhaps the most infamous of all, the Manson family, one common factor among all these cults is that they've all had their beginnings in this fringe region that's not quite rural and not quite urban. It's not a specific geographical boundary, but rather one that seems to be tuned to frequencies. Frequencies that resonate in the heads of people with certain ideas. Not always good, judging by what these cults have done. In Resolution, we are following clues along with the main character that sometimes lead to dead ends, but sometimes lead to other clues. Resolution is a movie that not only makes you a viewer, but you're also a participant. You're sort of following along with the main characters as they follow clues that sometimes lead to dead ends, but sometimes lead to other clues. And you feel the anxiety buildup and acceleration that a conspiracy theorist feels when they keep making connections and making connections, but there's never any end point to it. There's never any resolve. Resolution is a great example of a good story winning over budget. Wikipedia lists the budget as $20,000, but that goes away fairly quickly. You begin to forget about production value and sort of give in to the weird logic, to the rabbit hole that this movie takes you, along with Michael and Chris. These filmmakers also made another movie called The Endless, which is covered on this channel. I haven't seen it yet, but the filmmakers say that actually happens in the same cinematic universe, so I'm actually very excited to check that one out, and I may put a video for that as well. Thank you for listening.